Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today we've got a game between Zero and Bisu here on Circuit Breakers from bwreplays.com, a good place to go if you want StarCraft replays. And let's get right on into it. In the top right-hand corner of Circuit Breakers, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Zero. I'm going to call him Zero. I know one of these times because of the Bisu thing. And in the top left-hand corner, it's going to be the green Protoss player, Bisu. All right, so we've seen Bisu from time to time on the channel. He is very well known for his Warp Prism harassment, for his very solid play all around. It's aggressive. His defense is good too. His macro is just top-notch. And then Zero's very aggressive Zerg player here, which I love to see. I love to see aggressive Zergs. He will use Lings to great effect, holding map control, using them to pressure the Protoss or Terran player if he can. And I'm just very excited to see what these two differing playstyles will bring to the table. If this is your first time here, first of all, welcome aboard to the Falcon Paladin YouTube channel. I do these Brood War Remastered casts every Saturday. So if you want to catch these, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can see them one day a week and be entertained. All right, so it is going to be a pool first here and placed in such a way that that extractor, or that is, yeah, the Vespene geyser here, it's got to be for the routing of the drones pulling that gas out. There's no way that's by accident. So we'll see how that plays out a little bit later on here. Overlord scouting down to the bottom right-hand corner. Going to try to see what it can see, and it is a 4-player map, so that's why we're scouting the wrong place. Zero scouting to the bottom right, as is Bisu. After scouting the bottom left, he's going to go to the wrong place initially, which is, or the wrong place initially? Yeah, and then the right place at the last, which is not what you want to see if you're scouting. You want to know what your opponent is doing as soon as possible. And, did all my settings get reset? Where the heck is my game timer? There's my game timer. Come back, game timer. There it is. We do have APM up there, over 400 for both of these players. That spawning pool is done. Expansion coming up here too. The probe can't really do anything to block it because it got there too late to stop the hatchery from beginning. Meanwhile, we do in fact have a forge on the way. It's a forge first, which doesn't mean we're cannon rushing. It just means he needs some cannons up to deal with some early Ling harass. He sees the timing on the spawning pool there. Lings are popping out. They've got some attitudes on their mind. They want to kill this probe, but they also want to put some pressure over on Bisu. So the probe's going to go south and say, hey, follow me down here, guys. There's lots of Protoss down here. Oh, the juke. Oh, the juke to get back in. The Lings going for the scout here. Has he scouted? I think he scouted the other two locations. If he has, it had to be a drone scout because his Overlord did not do that yet. Either way, taking a third base way down here to the south already is Zero, so it's not going to be any crazy two-base action here. The Lings, I feel like they could have gotten through. Is that not a gap? Did that probe hold that gap? I don't know. We didn't want to mess with the cannon, though. The cannon does two-shot these Lings, and running past, especially if they're slow, they're going to take two shots from that cannon. So, unfortunately for him, the timing was not good, but fortunately for Bisu, the timing was very, very good for him. All right, so third base coming up down here. Any sign of any higher tech from Zero yet? No. Not going for the lair quite yet. Yeah, look at this. It does actually force the drones on a bit of a straight path here. I like it. I like this positioning. You should try this out in your games if you play the remastered from the time to time. Should I turn that volume down even a little bit? I noticed the volume's been up a little bit. A little bit here. So let's knock it. I mean, I can't put that down anymore. All right, we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it here. I guess you can turn it down if the thing is overall too loud. There's that lair. There's that lair timing from the Zerg player. Meanwhile, any sign of a cybernetics core yet? Is that a cyber core? I think it is. Yep. Cyber core timing here, about 3.5 minutes. 4 minutes for the Protoss player. And Ling chasing that probe down. Lair here as well. And really not a whole lot happening. This early game, nobody's being as aggressive. I was hoping there'd be a little bit more of a Ling flood from Zero to get some aggression here. He's got the Overlord scouting, recognizing, okay, Cybercore is probably done by now, which means a Dragoon is probably on the way, which means I want to get the heck on out. It's going to be a Stargate. Stargate here opener, so likely some Corsairs out of the Protoss player. Very good for clearing out Overlords, and especially good if you have a DT follow-up, because Overlords are the detection for Zerg, unless they make a Spore Crawler or two, which they have been known to do in the past. There is a Ling attack coming up the top side Gonna try, didn't go through this middle section, you'll notice, because they're trying to avoid detection there. And here come the Zerglings. Can they get through that gap? I feel like they can. Get through the gap. Get through the gap. Oh, Zealot there and Probe there too. Here to fight. Look at that hold. Wow, not a single Ling gets in for the scout at all. These Zerglings are forced to fall back there. The timing there from Bisu was absolutely godlike. Just beautiful from him. That's a Spire. Spire in that production tab. I don't know if we're going to see Mutas. Mutas against Protoss if they open up Stargate are not great. Corsairs are fantastic against Mutalisks with that splash damage, and they're so zippy as well. Likely just going to be for Scourge here. Scourge are your answer for Corsairs. You can chase them down and murder them with their little suicide carapaces. I don't know exactly what that attack is called, but it definitely suicide bombs them into other air units. Yeah, Corsair sneaking out across the map here. Going to try to see what damage it can do. Where are the Overlords? There's one. Still slow. No speed upgrade at all. And that Spire is not quite done yet. So the Corsair needs to find some stuff to kill. There's a timer right now. Are you expanding again? 2 hatcheries in production at the same time. Oh, okay. Right here at this third base for defense and for macro purposes as well. Corsair still finds nothing to kill. Still Zerglings out on the map. Do they have metabolic boost? Looks like... Yes, it looks like... yes, they definitely do now. All right, so they've got the metabolic boost here. They're just trying to hold the map control, as I mentioned previously, so that Bisu can't move out without these Zerglings knowing about it. It's a nice wall with the Zealots and the cannons. Is that another cannon coming up? Looks like another pylon in case this pylon gets sniped. Not everything is depowered. You don't want to do that. No Ortosis pylons. There are the Scourge. There they are. Do they actually say what their attack is here? Just suicide. All right. Attack is just suicide. They're just hanging out, trying to see, are there any Corsairs we can kill? Ooh, there's a couple. The Corsairs know, though. They see these Scourge. They see them. Kind of trying to avoid detection by their Protoss player, Bisu, but he knows that they're there. Oh, the thing split to get... Corsairs don't hide in a corner. That's a bad place to be. But at the same time, they can shoot back, so it's some good micro... It's crazy micro bat. Oh, gets them. One of them does hit. Can the other one hit as well? No. No, it can't. Cannon finishes it off. All right, so a decent bit of a micro battle there. Still got some more Scourge flying around in the sky over these Zealots' heads. The Zealots are going to push out. There are so many Hydras for Zero already, though. Already got those Hydralisks on the way. Got missile attacks. And how's the defense at this third base? It looks like a creep colony. Is that creep? Yes, that's definitely a creep colony there in this wall. It's going to make it hard for Zealots to do much. But again, Zealots are good. Zealots are pretty fantastic units here. I think they're better in Brood War than they are in StarCraft 2, if you want my opinion. So, a lot of Hydras. Zealots do not like Hydras. They do not like Hydras at all. They're not going to attack into this natural base. They're going to head down to the third base, which they know exists. There are Hydras here as well, but there's a sunken colony. That static defense can be incredibly useful, and the Corsair ball going after these Overlords. Hydras trying to spit them out of the air. Ling's coming back home to defend. More Hydras thinking about coming down to defend this third base as well, but are they? Yes, they're coming down south. Coming down to the south. Here come the Zealots right on top of everything here. The Hydras actually trying to focus on the Corsairs. Mismicroed a little bit there. The Zealots getting right on top of them. This sunken colony getting hammered by 3 Zealots at the same time. The other Hydras trying to kill from distance. The Corsairs just picking off Overlords while the Hydras are very, very distracted. But more Hydras come down from that natural base. These Zealots should be murdered pretty much no problem at this point. It takes several shots to kill them from Hydralisks, but they do eventually die. And the ranged aspect helps immensely there too. Corsairs heading up north. Can we find more Overlords to kill? Because Zero is supply blocked. Wow, 29 available supply for the 51 that he's got right now. That is absolutely brutal. Singularity charge on the way for Bisu. So planning on getting some Dragoons for that Dragoon range and just trying to put some pressure on right now. It is 3 base to 2 base. That Bisu is up. Ooh, High Templar are out. Do they have... working on Psionic Storm. It's just about done there. That is so good against Zerg. If you can get Psi Storm against Zerg in any iteration of StarCraft, you're going to be a happy camper. Another Overlord dies. Zero has overcompensated, though. He has a lot of Overlords. A lot of supplies. 69 available supply to 55. That he's using. Hydra is just staying out of range of these cannons and trying to take down this gateway. Zealots getting right on top of these dudes and forcing them back at the very least. Zealots in a straight-up confrontation. Pretty good actually here, especially with that +1 attack. They are fantastic. +1 attack is done as well. Good storm on those Hydras that do have that +1 attack. Corsairs still hunting Overlords. They have the speed upgrade now, though. But they're falling back to the safety of their Hydralisks. So, got the Hydras out. Not very many of them, though. It's 61 and 99 in total supply. Bisu, wow, he is on fire macro style right now. It's this Corsair ball. It's these Zealots. It's these High Templar. He's really playing this well. And there's our robotics facility. First War Prisms. We could start seeing those fairly soon. Whoa, DT. There is a DT out. Do you already have kills, DT? Yes, you already have 3 kills. When did that happen? I don't know. All right, the Overlords are just waiting for the Dark Templar to come up here to the natural base, so he decides to head on down to the 3rd base, where there's a Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler is going to be great against the Corsairs and in detecting against the Dark Templar as well. So DT decides not to go in there. That would be an absolute suicide mission. 3rd base coming up now for Bisu, just to the right of the main. And DT just kind of holding court there in the middle of the map. Spreading another creep. Yes, another creep colony there. Probably going to sunken that one up as well. A Spore would be nice, though. I'm not going to say a Spore would not be nice. Spire is working on something, is it? Nope, just jiggling. Just jiggling because it's happy, not because it's working on an upgrade or anything along those lines. Lurkers, Hydras trying to push out from right to left, trying to put some pressure on this Bisu player. It's 124 to 85 total supplies. 0 looking good. He's got the Lurkers out now. Lurkers are pretty fantastic against these Zealots. They do really well against light units in the Brood War. It's just Zealot High Templar here. Absolutely all we're working on for the Bisu, which means the Hydras and the Lurkers should be good. Great storm there. Great storm on top of those guys. Some Dragoons do join the battle just for their ranged attacks. They can be very good against Lurkers from distance, especially because they don't take that extra damage. Observers here, they can see the Lurkers. Oh, going to take down one Lurker. Going to sacrifice some units to do this. But taking out 1, 2, 3 Lurkers. Wow, in quick succession, a 5th Lurker. All the Lurkers are gone. 0 is forced to retreat from this location. Bisu looking strong right now. So strong. The combination of Storm and Dragoons with range, with +2 attack as well. How are the Hydras doing on the other side of the ball here? +1 is it. +1 is it. And getting missile attack. Okay, so working on +2. Almost at the +2. Going to try to keep up with those upgrades. The Corsairs have been quiet for a minute. Bisu taking a 4th base now. Wow, after going on 2 base for the first 10 minutes, he takes 2 in the last 2. And he's really trying to make up for lost time right now. It's working out exceptionally well for him. Getting another Observer, making a whole ton of Dragoons, kind of transitioning away from the Zealot play. Even though they do have speed, Dragoons are going to be a little bit better in this situation. More static defense popping up here for 0 at his natural base. Trying to make sure these sunken colonies get gunned, getting Lurkers burrowed in here too. But here comes the might of the Protoss army. 151 to 102 total supply. Dang, he can afford to lose this economically and still be ahead, I feel like. So the sunken colonies doing some damage. And Bisu going to regroup a little bit here. Is he waiting for reinforcements possibly? No, not really. Corsairs flying around here. Perhaps we can attack a different base, says Bisu. How's that sound? Again, this is all gateway stuff, actually. Oh, small group of Hydras. Oh, takes advantage here. Does Bisu. He wants to storm them, but the Hydras are a little bit too fast. We're retreating. A couple of them die. 3 of them died of the storm, but not the greatest storm of all time. But you take what you can get. Take what you can get at this highest level. Hive on the way for the Zerg player. Working on a Gravitic Booster, which is faster observer movement, is Bisu. He wants to be able to keep track of those Lurkers. Know we're there at all times. And the 4th base by 0 is up and running and has been for quite some time here. Overlord scouting to see where is the army. Where are they? Here they are. 162 to 126 total supply. 0 really needs to start macroing up here. He's making a whole ton of Zerglings, which is a good transition if you're going against Dragoons. Zerglings against Dragoons are fantastic. It's a good answer if you're struggling with them as a Zerg player. Pushing up here. Oh, 0 wants to go after this 4th base. 5th base warping in down this left side here for the Protoss player. And no, 0 says, no, the army is there. The army is coming to defend that north 4th base location. Let's go back to our base and see if Bisu wants to attack into here or not. APM 350 for 0, 290 right now for the Bisu. All right, going for it. Just got the distance. And fantastic against Lurkers are these Dragoons with the upgrades, especially since the Lurkers don't have armor upgrades here. Ling's trying to get on top of this. Can't do it. Another big storm on top of these Lurkers. More Lings. More Hydras pushing on in, trying to get a bit of a flank attack it looks like, is Zero coming from the back side here, maybe attacking from the front as well, but there's just not enough on either location right now. More Hydralisks trying to join the party, but they're a little bit late. Overlords pulling back the safety of the Sunken Colony here. I wish I could tell how many kills the Sunken had, because I feel like it's been attacking for quite a while. And there goes the Dragoon, actually. So is there enough to stop this? I don't know. Where are these Hydras? They need to come defend right now. Ling is getting right on top and actually taking out a High Templar there. Good Storm. Great Storms. Means Zero can't really send reinforcements through this way to defend. Storming the Lurkers is good. Does not one-shot them with a Storm, but hurts them immensely here. This natural base, I feel like, is going to die. These Hydras need to make a move. The Lings as well, pushing up from the south to the north. Dragoons, Dragon, everything they've got. Goodbye, Hydralisks. Goodbye, Lings. And everything is just falling apart right now for Zero. His Lurkers are getting consistently stormed right now. 167 and 104 total supply. Is continuing to make these Hydralisks 12 at a time is Zero. So he's not falling apart on his macro. Absolutely not. 3 observers here with the army, just in case you lose 2 of them. Wow, the Spore Crawler's a little sloppy there from Bisu, but that's okay. I think that's just fine. Still, I don't know. Lings on top of these, again, with their upgrades. Looks like they do have the Adrenal Glands upgrade. So their attack speed is increased quite immensely here, but I doubt they have melee attack. Do you have melee attack? Oh, they do. They've got +1/+1. All right, great job. But continuing to push in here are these Dragoons. Lings, again, just chomping them from the bottom here, and there aren't even that many of the Zerglings. Really, you want Zealots to handle those. Another Storm on these Lurkers, killing 2 with 1 Storm there. That is efficiency, and this has just been an absolute battleground for quite some time now. More Storms coming on top of these Hydralisks. Observers getting picked out of the sky, thanks to help and assistance from the Overlords there too. And finally, Zero manages to hold this off. He keeps his natural base, he keeps his 3rd base, he keeps his 4th base, he's got a 5th base morphing in here too, so that's good. But Bisu's been on 5 bases for quite some time now. Oh, big Zealot attack, just marching directly into the teeth with their +3 attack of this 3rd base of Zero. The army's forced to come down and try to deal with this thing. The Zealots are refusing to die with that +3 attack. They are so good. Such damage, much wow. Trying to get Lings and Lurkers and Hydras to clear this thing up, and they should be able to, yeah, once the Lurkers show up, and that is the end of the party there. Everybody is dead. Some Corsairs taking direct shots from these Hydralisks. Another Zealot attack, though, marching into the natural base. There are Defilers out. They have Consume. The Dark Clouds are going to help. Maybe a Plague would be useful. A Plague on those dudes. Seems like it may be, but the Defilers haven't done anything quite yet. Their energy levels are still a little bit low. Well, at least on this one. The other one seems to be just fine. Another base down south for Bisu. Hot dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total bases. Another base coming up in the bottom section. Center. 4-0-2. Bit of engagement in the middle of the map here, but the Zealots, I don't think, want to engage. First Archons we've seen in the game. I want to say I do love that model. They look just so intimidating. And small group of Hydras just gets massacred here in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, a big attack of Lings and Hydras and Lurkers coming into this 6th base attempt for Bisu, and he's even going to try to stop it. Bisu making a beeline to that bottom right-hand corner, just sacks this base entirely. Says, you know what? I don't need it. It's 189 to 132 total supply. I've got a shuttle that I've brought along here too in case I need to. Oh, it's got Reavers. Of course it does. Oh, Scarab shots. Scarab shots chasing these Hydralisks down, just murdering them with wild abandon. And again, you want splash damage against Zerg. Storm, Reavers, Archons, all these things are wondrous. Just the greatest of all time. Storms on these Lurkers that they come and try to defend here. Zealots getting absolutely massacred, but they're buying time for everybody else here to get rid of it. Lings and Lurkers have showed up to Bisu's 4th base. They're going to take that one down as well. There's the Plague. There is the Plague. It will bring down your HP to 1. And if you're a Protoss unit, you can't regain that. Dark Templar just one-shotting Hydralisks here. And yeah, it looks like the Protoss has free reign of this 3rd base down along the right side. Sure, he lost his 4th, but getting rid of this is massive. Plague is terrible against Archons because their base HP is terrible anyway. 10 health. The rest of it is all shields, which Plague does not bother in the teeniest, tiniest bit. Trying to get some more static defense up here in this 4th base, but no. Bisu is continuing to crush through this thing like a boss. Goodbye. Thank you for coming. Bunch of Zerglings trying to attack against these Zealots. But again, the attack upgrades are too good. +3 attack just means they tear through these Zerglings like toilet paper here. Dark Swarm up with the Dark Templar defending, though. But Dark Templar don't care about Dark Swarm. So good attempt, but nope. And meanwhile, losing yet another hatchery in the bottom right-hand corner here. It's 194 to 58 total supply. This is the death knell for Zero. Yes, he technically has 2 more bases, but they're not mining anything right now. Zero is constantly trying to pump out Zerglings, working on Defiler energy, but that's it. A good game from Zero at 1956. And Bisu is your winner today. Is he still here? Nah, he's left. He's left as well. 20 minutes and 1 second in total there. Fantastic by Bisu. Just the patience. Sits on 2 bases, techs up till he's got Storm, pushes out, doesn't really engage hard in this natural base, doesn't need to, wins engagements, economically makes it happen for himself. And in the end, that's it. I mean, Zero just didn't really win any major engagements, I want to say. Yeah, he was able to defend his 3rd base quite a few times. He did keep Bisu from attacking into his natural. Killed 2 bases, 6th and a 4th, but it was just too much, just too overwhelming. The Storms are too good, the Reaver's too good. The Archon's too good. How many kills? You got 17 kills. 17 kills on this Archon. Just a great ZVP Brood War match. All right. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Oh, hang on. Let's take a look. Should we look at the the ending score here? I feel like we should. Yeah, so units, look at that. Look at that. Killed 393 to Bisu, lost 131. That is just impressive. Impressive numbers for sure. Structures raised is fairly even, but resources, gas mined, Zero had more minerals mined for Bisu and total spent more as well here. So Bisu's macro just superior, and that's pretty much all you need. So again, that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.